The Young and the Restless spoilers update for Tuesday, April 8, reveals that Martin Lawrence's takedown will loom, while Ashley Abbott gets some alarming news. Sharon Newman will also make a big decision, so there'll be some exciting stuff happening on the CBS soap. First, let's discuss Ashley's return to Genoa City since she's about to face a jaw-dropping revelation. Jack Abbott will sit Ashley down and admit there's a family crisis that she needs to know about. Ashley will quickly realize this is about Alan Laurent as Jack explains that he may not be who he claims to be. Jack will surprise Ashley by asking if there's a chance Martin is the twin who survived the balcony tumble, not the real Alan. Ashley might think that's preposterous initially, but Jack will bring her up to speed on all the troubling warning signs. Tracy Abbott fears Alan kidnapped Sharon and Phyllis Summers, based on the evidence that points to him. Of course, that's left Tracy fearing that Alan has been Martin ever since that fateful night, when one brother perished in their joint fall. After Ashley mulls everything over, she'll get on board with the idea that Martin may have been duping them all this time. Both Jack and Ashley will make predictions about the danger that Tracy could still be in. Speaking of Tracy, Y and R spoilers say she's about to signal that she's in distress. Since we know Alan will soon corner Tracy alone in a GCAC suite, Tracy may realize she needs to alert Jack to what's happening. The trick will be trying to do that without tipping Alan off to trouble. Tracy may get Jack on the phone, or at least try to, but will Alan sense that something's up? Regardless, Tracy will gather her courage and try to pry the truth out of Alan during the week of April 7 to 11, so we'll see if he confesses to the kidnapping and admits to being Martin. Until then, Sharon will have an important decision to make regarding her London trip with Faith Newman and Nick Newman, who decided to tag along at the last minute. Since Chance Chancellor just delivered some hints that point in guilty Alan's direction, Sharon may think it's best to postpone the trip. Phyllis Summers could use some backup, so Sharon may resolve to stay behind as they await updates. Sharon and Phyllis will make some predictions about getting the closure they need once justice is served. The Young and the Restless spoilers say Phyllis and Sharon will have some good reasons to team up again in the coming episodes. Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel, Pulse Canvas. It's me, Julie here. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Keep watching, so let's dive into today's video. The Young and the Restless spoilers and updates tease there might be 3 key reasons Kyle Abbott and Audra Charles can't resist each other. Is another scandalous affair brewing on the CBS soap? His last fling with Audra broke up his marriage to Summer Newman because he couldn't resist bedroom temptation. In the episode airing on April 7, Victor Newman will encourage Audra to seek revenge on Kyle. In return, he will offer her the opportunity to lead a division at Newman Enterprises, allowing her to choose her ideal position. This presents a significant incentive for can't resist each other Audra. The key question is whether she will place her trust in Victor and follow through with his expectations. It's important to note that Audra will almost walk away when Victor implies that she should entice Kyle back into an affair. While Audra is not interested in seducing Kyle, Victor will play it off as a joke, claiming he merely wants to reveal Kyle's true nature. Upcoming spoilers hint that this setup may lead to complications, especially for Kyle, although it could for her own relationship as well. Although Audra is trying to resist any allure of seduction, her resolve might waver when she finds herself back in Kyle's presence. There are 3 compelling reasons why Kyle and Audra might ultimately give in to their desires, other than their well-developed lust for each other. Let's explore how their chemistry could reignite, leading to a passionate encounter. If it occurred previously, it's entirely possible to happen once more, potentially causing serious repercussions for Kyle's relationship, this time with Claire. Kyle is already encountering difficulties with Claire Newman because of Victor's disapproval and Summer Newman's jealousy. The situation is expected to worsen in the upcoming weeks, leading to explosive confrontations that could jeopardize Claire and Kyle's relationship. Similarly, Audra might run into complications with Nate Hastings due to her possible arrangement with Victor and the impending drama involving Holden Novak. It's clear that Nate's anger could drive Audra closer to Kyle, while Claire's frustration might push Kyle toward Audra. Consequently, Kyle and Audra may find themselves seeking comfort in each other's arms. Certainly, if Kyle and Audra end up in bed together, it could involve more than just seeking comfort and relief from their current relationships. There was a genuine chemistry between them during their time together, and that connection might flare up again, making it hard for them to resist the allure of temptation. If there hadn't been something genuine and passionate between them, the affair wouldn't have gone on as long as it did. Kyle may have started it as a means to trick Audra while he played company spy, but we guess you could say it backfired. Victor is a skilled manipulator, often achieving his desires in the end. By bringing Audra into the picture, he likely expects that she will eventually find her way back to Kyle, despite her claims that it's not an option. Victor may believe that reintroducing Audra to Kyle's environment will spark their chemistry once more. Of course, he might also orchestrate additional events to facilitate this outcome, making his influence a potential catalyst for rekindling Kyle and Audra's relationship. Upcoming spoilers tease Victor will make further predictions about permanently ending Claire and Kyle's romance. So keep an eye out for updates on whether Audra's presence will lead to a breakup. The week of April 7, 2025's episode of The Young and the Restless says fans may anticipate Alan/Martin being questioned by Tracy. A startling partnership is formed between Sharon and Phyllis. Victoria also reflects on her previous errors. When Alan proposed to Tracy, she was ecstatic. But soon, astonishment and mistrust eclipsed Tracy's happiness. Sharon provided Tracy with some information regarding the double kidnapping. Tracy made the connection and concluded that her fiancé might be at fault. Tracy is unsure of anything at this time. However, additional arrows will point at Alan/Martin as Tracy and Chance delve deeper into this case. Tracy will have some questions for Alan/Martin when he eventually gets back from Paris. That might seriously endanger her. Perhaps it explains why Tracy called in distress this week. In connection with the double kidnapping, Sharon and Phyllis learn fresh details about their old captor. Both women quickly determine that they require justice. They then come together to establish a startling and potent partnership. Ashley eventually returns to Genoa City, according to The Young and the Restless. However, Ashley finds out unsettling things when she catches up with Jack. What if Alan wasn't the twin who made it through the fall? Jack asks Ashley. Ashley is appalled, but since she knows her, she will want to act. Although Ashley is not at fault for any of this, soap opera characters frequently place the responsibility on themselves in similar circumstances. They typically take matters into their own hands as a result of that. Additionally, fans will witness Summer provide Chance with some closure at last. Does that imply that they truly split up? Chance should be let go because Summer is lusting for Kyle. Victor is still determined to punish Jack and Kyle. Victor then makes Audra an alluring offer as a result. Audra initially dismisses the outrageous idea. Later on, though, she changes her mind. Fans can anticipate that Victoria will reflect on the past, in particular, her prior errors. When characters reflect on the past, it usually portends something significant for the future. What errors will Victoria consider, and will she need to change her course as a result? Tensions rise and truths creep closer to the surface on The Young and the Restless as Monday's episode pulls no punches. As Sharon and Phyllis continue to bond over their shared trauma, a shocking new clue may finally expose the reason behind their chilling abduction. Could the mysterious Elan be slipping up at last? Meanwhile, over at Society, Kyle turns on the charm during lunch with Claire, but something he says stops her cold. Her smile fades, her guard goes up, and suddenly the romantic vibe shifts into uneasy territory. Is someone manipulating them from the shadows, or is Claire hiding something of her own? As the puzzle pieces begin to fit together, one thing's certain: answers are coming, and so is danger. Will Sharon and Phyllis soon find out why they were abducted? The Young and the Restless's Monday, April 7 episode depict Kyle and Claire having an odd moment together and Sharon and Phyllis becoming closer. Despite not being the best of besties, Phyllis and Sharon are making an effort to get along. Additionally, their shared trauma is strengthening their friendship. Red visits the cottage in the next episode to discuss some intriguing facts with Sharon and Nick. They may get closer to the truth as intel continues to gather information about their captor. Does this imply that Alan is rapidly approaching the walls? Kyle and Claire get together at Society across town for a bite to eat and a tense-looking conversation. Despite Kyle's charm and smiles, it seems like everything he says irritates his girlfriend. What does he reveal that makes her jaw drop? Could the forces opposing them have anything to do with all that's happening in the background of this romance? As Sharon, Phyllis, and Tracy seek justice and answers, Alan will be the center of attention on the CBS serial opera The Young and the Restless for the next week. Victor aims for Kyle. Audra must make a difficult decision, and Ashley arrives to find more mayhem in Genoa City. Secrets are poised to surface as Summer and Chance work through their emotions. In the past, Kyle irritated Victor by flaunting his relationship with Claire, but Claire begged him to be understanding for the sake of her grandfather. As Victor proceeded to make fun of the Abbotts and allude to his future plans with Audra, Esther urged them to say, "I love you." Lily started to suspect that Aristotle was responsible for the lies when she started to doubt Victor's statements regarding Damien. Tension with Nate resulted from Lily and Devon's lack of complete faith in both Damien and Aristotle. Tracy told Jack about Alan's call at the Genoa City Athletic Club that made her cry because she was afraid he might be his evil twin, Martin. Victor chooses a new target and devises a new strategy in his struggle for dominance at the start of the week on The Young and the Restless. In the meantime, Phyllis and Sharon find out unsettling details about Alan. They are more driven than ever to obtain justice after hearing the news. Chance and Summer finally find emotional closure across town, bringing their chapter to a melancholy conclusion. Ashley's return to Genoa City exacerbates the already tense familial dynamic. Meanwhile, Sharon and Phyllis form a team to pursue Alan. The Abbott family becomes terrified that something is amiss when Tracy makes an unexpected, anxious phone call. On The Young and the Restless, Jack and Ashley start to worry more about Tracy in the middle of the week, and it's okay for them too. Chance finds something startling that has the power to alter everything. Alan's lies start to unravel as the truth becomes apparent, with unanticipated repercussions. Tracy confronts Alan and is unfazed by his deceptive tactics. Although it's a bold step, it demonstrates her willingness to stand up for what's right. In the meantime, Phyllis and Sharon, who have become stronger since being abducted, choose to cooperate. Crimson Lights was the location they often frequented in high school and eventually came to own. The years passed and the business changed hands, but eventually, Sharon became the proprietor. Sharon Newman knows what's best. Sharon and Nick could pursue a reunion that fails. They might attempt a third trip to the remarriage altar and not make it. The Young and the Restless spoilers document that Nick Newman made his decision. He accepted Sharon Newman's invitation to join her and their children in London, England. Nick and Sharon's talk was in the right setting, Crimson Lights. What better place to discuss the history of their relationship, where they are now, and what the future may hold? Sharon openly asked Nick about his feelings. He asked her to be honest, and she was. While Morrow's character was open to considering the pursuit of love again, he was also honest about past troubles that he had caused. Those halcyon days aren't gone. Soap fans, particularly, treasure the good old days, yesterday, old school cool, or whatever emotionally attached term one feels is best. Sharon and Nick fell in love in the mid-1990s when Case and Morrow debuted. Their unbroken 3-decade-plus tenures are a testament to each actor's talent and solid and complex backstories built through the daytime years. But Sharon is right to assess where she and Nick are today, not decades ago or even more recent years. The currency of now is always important, both for the character's realities and the audience's perception of it. Nick's uncertainty is legitimate, but not just because of the betrayal nearly 20 years ago. His mishandled grief following the tragic death of beloved Cassie Newman was followed by a variety of other bungled scenarios. Yet, Sharon's belief that they've gotten past whatever hurt each has caused the other reflects hope. Yesterday isn't today, and tomorrow can be what both of us make of it, as Nick's decision to go to London suggests. Going to England doesn't mean he and Sharon are destined to reconcile. It also doesn't mean that if they get along well and pursue another committed relationship, they will remarry for what would be their second union. It's hard to imagine that two entrenched characters, representing vital parts of Genoa City, Wisconsin's fabric, have only been married once in over 30 years on this show. But it's true. It's time for the writing staff to complete what appeared to be a slow, steady build. Sharon and Nick's fallback into love has been organically grown and developed naturally. Here's hoping that Nick's leap of faith results in what fans of this couple have long awaited, and that a realized remarriage holds. The Young and the Restless spoilers reveal that Claire Newman may say 5 furious words to Kyle Abbott. So let's talk about why their romance may blow up. Although Kyle and Claire are happy together for the most part, they've got some big obstacles standing in their way. For starters, jealous Summer Newman could pose a threat, especially since she'll admit that she's not over losing Kyle in the April 7 episode. Viewers may see Summer really step up her efforts to pull Kyle away from Claire soon. Summer may make some predictions about winning Kyle back for herself and getting their own future on track again. However, Victor Newman is perhaps an even bigger hurdle when it comes to Claire and Kyle's attempt to build a future together. Since Victor has made it crystal clear that he disapproves, he's become a source of tension in Kyle and Claire's relationship. Audra Charles could even get back in the mix as a problem if she strikes a deal to help Victor with Kyle's downfall. I and our spoilers say Audra will seriously consider derailing Kyle's life in exchange for her dream job. Despite all the challenges that Claire and Kyle are facing, Kyle may be his own worst enemy in the end. It's Kyle's lies that could cause the destruction of his relationship. After a lifetime of being lied to and manipulated by Jordan, Claire understandably expects honesty from Kyle. Unfortunately, Kyle will pile on the deception and could blow up the trust they share when Claire inevitably finds out the truth. In the April 7 episode, Claire will pump Kyle for information on the problem-solving session he had with Jack Abbott. Although Claire will suspect it involved plotting against Victor, Kyle will deny it and leave him out of the corporate espionage story entirely. Kyle will even have the nerve to urge Claire to stop jumping to conclusions regarding Victor, even when her conclusion is the right one. Of course, Kyle may continue to hide Victor-related intel and schemes along the way. We may see Kyle deepen this deception and set himself for more trouble. Kyle is sure to get busted sooner or later, so how will Claire react once that happens? Claire is bound to view Kyle as a lying manipulator, so he's just going to prove Victor right. That brings us to the 5 furious words that Claire may say to Kyle: "You lie just like Jordan." Since Kyle had previously been someone who helped Claire heal from all the Jordan trauma, it'll sting if she ultimately sees him as a liar too. The Young and the Restless spoilers say Claire and Kyle could be headed for a breakup if he can't stop being dishonest. So stay tuned for updates on any terrible news to come. Victor has a fresh strategy. Victor is thinking about something. In his schemes, Victor has a fresh strategy. The Young and the Restless. What to anticipate? Victor is going to tackle the Young and the Restless with a brand new strategy. Victor is going to tackle the Young and the Restless with a brand new strategy. Victor is a proactive man. He had attempted to patch things up with Lily by claiming that Damien was aware of his relationship with Nate long before they even met. Although Damien denies it, it has caused a great deal of difficulties. Victor also encourages Claire's cousin Summer to reunite with Kyle while interfering in Claire and Kyle's relationship. Additionally, Victor never goes a day without plotting against Jack. Victor decides on a fresh strategy on Monday. Will his scheme succeed, though, and who is his target? On The Young and the Restless, Sharon and Phyllis are thinking about more than just Nick. We never imagined that Sharon and Phyllis would have anything constructive in common. However, the two women share an objective, and it has nothing to do with Nick. Their experience of being abducted has left Sharon and Phyllis irrevocably altered, and they are resolved to hold their abductor accountable. When they discover more details about their kidnapper, they might find that goal is closer than they think. Tracy believes that Alan, the man she loves, is the one at fault. If that's the case, Sharon and Phyllis will not think twice about pursuing Alan. Justice is what they seek. Hell, they're seeking retribution. Genoa City has its share of lovers. Couples who break up can occasionally enter the friend zone. In other cases, it's best if they never cross paths again. The couple must ascertain their current location before determining either of those factors. Since his breakup with Summer, Chance has been left hanging. Where, if at all, the two fit into one another's life has remained a mystery to them. Watch for Chance to reconcile with Summer on Monday. Given that Summer still harbors some unresolved feelings for her ex-husband, Kyle, a reunion is not impossible, but it may be unlikely. We can't help but question, though, how much of Summer's interest in Kyle stems from her genuine affections for him, and how much from her desire to keep her ex away from Cousin Claire. Victor Newman and Aristotle Dumas have had a long-standing rivalry in Genoa City, built on strategic moves, manipulation, and calculated warfare. Victor, known for his razor-sharp instincts, has often outsmarted Dumas. Every time Victor wins, Dumas retreats into the shadows. This raises questions about whether Dumas is truly a formidable opponent or just a well-crafted decoy. Victor's recent conversation with Michael Baldwin hints at a recurring pattern in their rivalry. Victor's actions, including feeding misinformation to Lily Winters, are part of a tactic to unsettle Dumas and force him into revealing his vulnerabilities. The idea that Dumas might be a decoy designed to distract enemies has sparked speculation. Victor may be using Dumas to test the loyalty of other key players, like Billy Abbott, who has been caught in this complex web. By probing Billy's intentions, Victor aims to uncover hidden motives or force Billy into a corner. This dynamic raises the stakes for everyone in Genoa City. If Dumas is indeed a decoy, it redefines the rivalry, showing that Victor might have been manipulating the entire situation all along. This calls into question past victories and exposes the player's true motivations. Meanwhile, the romantic entanglement surrounding Billy Abbott, particularly with Sally Spectra and Phyllis Summers, add another layer to the intrigue. Both women are drawn to Billy, but they have different motivations. Sally's vulnerability contrasts with Phyllis's strategic manipulation, creating tension and potential conflict. Billy's desire for revenge against Victor has often backfired, and Victor's ability to anticipate Billy's moves leaves little room for success. Billy's best chance might lie in forming genuine alliances, especially with Sally or Phyllis, instead of seeking retribution. Who is Aristotle Dumas? Several theories surround Aristotle Dumas. Is he a genuine threat or merely a puppet created by Victor? Could he be a silent partner, a mole, or even a wronged business associate of Victor? The truth remains elusive, and each possibility reshapes our understanding of their rivalry. The drama continues to unfold in Genoa City, with the potential for explosive revelations and betrayals. What is Aristotle's true role, and can Billy break free from the cycle of revenge? The game of power is far from over. Summary for easier understanding. Victor Newman has been playing a high-stakes game of manipulation and power with Aristotle Dumas for years. Recently, it's become clear that Dumas may not be the real enemy. He could be a decoy created by Victor to test his rivals. Victor's tactics, including feeding misinformation to people like Lily Winters, are meant to expose weaknesses in his enemies, particularly Billy Abbott. Billy's complex relationships with Sally Spectra and Phyllis Summers also play into this power struggle. Sally is emotionally invested, while Phyllis is more strategic. Billy's past attempts at revenge against Victor have failed, and he may need to reassess his approach if he's to break free from Victor's manipulation. As for Aristotle, some believe he's just a pawn in Victor's game. Others think he might be a real threat or a strategic move to unmask his enemies. The true nature of their rivalry remains a mystery, and the power dynamics in Genoa City are constantly shifting. The Young and the Restless recap for Monday, April 7, indicates that Summer Newman will want Claire Newman to disappear, and Chance Chancellor will reveal a Paris payment clue. At the cottage, Sharon Newman will be overjoyed when Nick Newman shows up and reveals he's decided to join the London trip. Nick will admit he's already arranged the Newman jet so he can fly over with Sharon and Faith Newman to see Noah Newman. Since Chance will have updates on the case, he'll ask Phyllis Summers to meet him at Sharon's place so he can talk to them both. When Phyllis comes over, Sharon will gush about the London trip and urge Phyllis to take a family vacation of her own. Phyllis will insist she's busy with work and will be more interested in learning who the kidnapper is. Sharon, Phyllis, and Nick will hope for answers when Chance arrives, but he won't have a name yet. That said, Chance will have some big news since they may have a hit on the remote-controlled device that triggered the gas explosion. They found out it was purchased online and traced that payment to a psychiatric clinic in Paris. There will be some talk about how Alan Laurent arranged for Ashley Abbott to be treated at a clinic outside Paris. Chance will react to Alan's name coming up, but he won't be able to offer more details just yet. However, that won't stop Phyllis, Sharon, and Nick from speculating once Chance leaves. Phyllis struggled to buy that Alan could be involved in all this and will point the finger at Ashley instead, but Sharon will doubt Ashley's responsible. After Sharon thinks back to her conversation with Tracy Abbott, she'll realize Tracy seemed upset over the kidnapping details. It'll leave Sharon if there was more to the story than just Tracy being supportive. Based on Chance's reaction to the mention of Alan's name, Nick will think there's at least some suspicion there. With that in mind, Phyllis will wonder if Nick and Sharon's family trip is a good idea right now. At the Jazz Lounge, Victor Newman will offer Audra Charles a deal. If Audra helps take down Kyle, her former backstabber, Victor will make a prediction about her getting her dream job running a division at Newman Enterprises. Victor will initially act like he wants Audra to lure Kyle into another affair, but she won't be interested and will nearly walk out. After Victor claims he wasn't serious, he'll suggest he just wants Audra to show Kyle who he really is. When Audra asks what that means on Monday's I and R episode, Victor will point out that he doesn't like Kyle dating Claire. Victor will want Audra's help to prove that Kyle is a weak and treacherous man. Nate Hastings will arrive and have a tense interaction with Victor over all the Damian Kane drama. After Audra agrees to consider Victor's offer and get back to him, Nate will wonder what that was all about. At Society, Claire will suspect that Kyle is being evasive about his earlier work with Jack Abbott on a solution. That'll leave Claire worried that whatever they were working on involves Victor. However, Kyle will offer an altered version of the corporate espionage story that leaves Victor out. After Kyle pushes Claire to stop jumping to conclusions when it comes to Victor, they'll share some romantic moments in front of Summer as she arrives. Summer will struggle to contain her anger as she interacts with Kyle and Claire, so Chance will pick up on her sour mood later. Chance will think they need to stop dancing around this since Summer is clearly jealous. Summer will deny it at first, but Chance will keep pushing until she blurts out that she can't stand the fact that Kyle and Claire are together. It'll leave Summer fuming over everyone forgetting Claire's shady past and treating her like a saint now. Summer will rant about how she wants to scream every time she sees Claire with Kyle and Harrison Abbott. After Summer reflects on how sometimes she wishes Claire would disappear, she'll admit she isn't over losing Kyle. The Young and the Restless spoilers say that'll leave Summer asking Chance what they do now, so it looks like a permanent split is brewing. CDL's where you want to be for the hottest Young and the Restless spoilers, updates and news, so make us your top Y and our source. Zuleyka Silver, known for playing Audra Charles on The Young and the Restless, recently shared a heartwarming experience when she brought her dad to visit the set. On March 25th, she posted a series of pictures on Instagram, showing her dad proudly pointing at the iconic Y and R sign. Silver made sure her dad got the full experience, from observing the cameras to participating in a scene at Crimson Lights. The sweetest moment came when she directed him in a scene, and despite a slightly stiff first take, he nailed it on the second try. In her post, Silver expressed how special the visit was, especially seeing her dad's proud face as she rehearsed and filmed. She thanked her Y and R cast and crew for making her dad feel at home. The post was full of love and gratitude, highlighting the special bond between Silver and her dad. There's nothing we love more than seeing Y and R cast share special moments with their loved ones, and recently, Zuleyka Silver had the ultimate proud daughter moment when she brought her dad to visit the set. Stick around to see all about that day. Hey everyone, welcome to Trend Street. Zuleyka Silver may bring the drama as the fierce and ruthless Audra Charles on The Young and the Restless, but off-screen, she's nothing like her troublemaking alter ego. In fact, she recently shared one of the best and most heartwarming days she's ever had on the show, and trust us, it'll melt your heart. So what made this day so special? Well, Silver got to share her second home with one of the most important people in her life, her dad. And let's just say, he was loving every second of it. On March 25th, Silver shared a heartwarming Instagram post, giving fans a peek into an unforgettable day. The first set of pictures were absolutely adorable, with Silver flashing her biggest smile while her dad proudly pointed at the iconic Y and R sign. It's safe to say he was soaking up every second of the experience. But this wasn't just some casual drop-by. Oh no, Silver made sure her dad got the full Young and Restless treatment. From the moment he stepped on set, he was part of the action. He got to check out the cameras, watch the crew work their magic, and even got hands-on experience with the behind-the-scenes process. But the real fun started when Silver decided to put her dad in the spotlight in what might be one of the cutest father-daughter moments ever. Silver directed her dad in a scene at Crimson Lights. The first take was a little stiff, but on the second try, he nailed it. Take a look. Beyond the fun and games, this visit was something truly special for Silver. Seeing his proud face while she got ready, rehearsed, and filmed is something she'll never forget. She shared in her caption, "He knows what acting means to me, and having his support makes it that much more meaningful." And if that wasn't sweet enough, she made sure to show some love to her Y and R cast and crew for making her dad feel at home. Thank you to my Y and R fam for embracing my dad and making him feel so comfortable. I love you, Dad. There's nothing better than seeing soap stars share their world with their loved ones, and this moment was nothing short of wholesome. What do you think? Should Silver's dad make an official Lie and R cameo? Let us know in the comments. Thanks for checking this video out. Don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to our channel for new videos every day. Turn that bell notification on if you want to hear from us, and comment down below if you've subscribed, and we'll make sure to reply and thank as many of you as we possibly can. The Young and the Restless spoilers for Monday, April 7 indicate some major bombshells as another week kicks off in Genoa City. Someone launches a plan of attack, while two leading ladies get some new information and is at the end of an era for one super couple. What can fans expect from Monday's show? Time to dive right in. The Young and the Restless spoilers for Monday, April 7 reveal Victor Newman will launch a new plan of attack. Will he find out that Kyle Abbott and Jack Abbott are onto his spies at Abbott and Glissade? If the moustache finds out the Abbotts are turning the tables on him, he'll definitely have to reorganize things. Then again, this might be about Aristotle Dumas, so fans will have to tune in to find out. Across town, Sharon Newman and Phyllis Summers will get new information about their kidnapper. Will someone fill them in on the theory that it was Alan Laurent, who's really Martin Laurent? It sounds like Chance Chancellor will relay some sort of intel to Phyllis and Sharon, so it'll be interesting to see the new info the ladies are given. Speaking of Chance, the Young and the Restless spoilers for Monday imply that the cop will find some closure with Summer Newman. The super couple were hot and heavy when they first started out, but have fizzled significantly since they went on a break during Heather Stevens' murder investigation when Summer's brother, Daniel Romalotti, was accused. Lately, Summer seems far more interested in her ex, Kyle, at this point than her person she's seeing, so is the end of Summons as fans know it. What storyline are you most excited to see on Monday's show? Share your thoughts in the comment section. Tune into the CBS Soap Daily to see what happens next in Genoa City, and visit SOS regularly for the best Young and the Restless spoilers, news, and updates. The Young and the Restless spoilers reveal a preview clip is out for the week of April 7, 2025. It shows Ashley Abbott learning about Alan Laurent/Martin Laurent. Tracy Abbott's fiance surprises her. Plus, Victor Newman offers Audra Charles a vengeful proposition. Keep reading and let's talk about what is coming up next week in the CBS soap opera. The preview clip for next week starts off with Audra's unexpected invitation. Victor is determined to get Claire Grace Newman away from Kyle Abbott. However, it's interesting that Victor is using Audra for that. Audra and Kyle were romantic for a very brief time, but that was a long time ago. In any case, Victor and Audra sit down to meet. The patriarch suggests a way for Audra to get revenge on Kyle. Audra doesn't immediately say yes, but asks her own question. If she were to get revenge, then what's in it for her? Audra has had a tough time getting a job since her Glissade fall. So Audra could fall for this proposition, but it would be a bad idea. Ashley Abbott's discovery. The Young and the Restless spoilers for the week of April 7 reveal that Ashley returns to Genoa City. When Ashley sits down for a drink with Jack, she learns alarming information. Although Jack excluded his own wife from the intel, he is telling everyone else it seems. Ashley learns that there is a possibility that it wasn't Alan who survived the fall in Paris. When Jack suggests that Tracy's fiancé is actually Martin, not Alan, her eyes widen with shock. Alone, Tracy makes a drink and sniffs it. Just then, Tracy seems surprised when Alan/Martin bursts through the door. Tracy seems pleasantly surprised, though, and smiles at him. This could be part of the act, but it's also possible that Tracy will see Alan and not a monster. Martin probably already guessed that she's suspicious, which is why he mentioned the wildflowers. That brought Tracy's mind back to a more pleasant time together. This goes along with the spoiler that Tracy second-guesses her decision. There was a hint of this when Tracy was talking to Jack on the phone during a recent episode. Tracy made it clear that there's no proof of Alan/Martin's sins yet, so it sounds like she could do some flip-flopping about her fiance in the next week, so stay tuned. Which storyline are you looking forward to seeing the most next week? Share your thoughts in the comment section below. Amelia Heinel helped celebrate we and our dad, Eric Braden's birthday. Victoria and Victor have a love-hate relationship on The Young and the Restless, but in real life, it's nothing but love and respect between co-stars Amelia Heinel and Eric Braden. The actress recently shared her admiration for her on-screen dad during his special day. Braden celebrated his 84th birthday on April 3rd. His I and our co-stars took to social media to send birthday wishes to the actor. Among those was Heinel, who posted an Instagram video honoring her on-screen dad. In the video, Heinel recorded Braden joking around while filming on set. "I've just been shot, you know that?" Braden asks Heinel in a serious tone. "A hole in my obliques. It missed my right testicle, barely. Hence, my future of making children is gone. Leave me alone." Heinel then captioned the post, "Happy birthday to the one who I laugh with so much for the last 20 years. I love you so much, Papa. You are everything." Behind the scenes, it's never a dull moment between the co-stars who love to joke and laugh. However, it's a different story on-screen for their characters. Victoria has always been a daddy's girl. However, she and Victor have butted heads many times. Whether it's over business or family matters, the father and daughter sometimes get into arguments. Currently, everything is peaceful for Victoria and Victor. Yet that might change with his latest scheme. Victor is interfering in his granddaughter Claire's love life. He disapproves of her relationship with Kyle and wants to break them up. If Victor succeeds with his plan, it'll lead to heartbreak for Claire and fury for Victoria. It's one thing for Victor to mess with her, but to hurt one of her kids is crossing the line. As I and our fans know, when Victoria is mad at her father, she gets even.